was born 87 years ago. For 65 years, I've ruled as Tamriel's emperor.
Ever since Bethesda perfected the open-world formula with Oblivion, an unexpected blend of story and world-building, the rules of game development have changed. I think Oblivion is best characterized by this sentence from its Wikipedia entry: "The game never ends." Fast forward 10 years. The open world has evolved into a semi-requirement for RPGs and has become a sticking point for many players. Some games follow in the footsteps of Bethesda and create beautiful worlds with rich, engaging narrative.
And I usually approach it from, well, I want to know what skills are superfluous, that we should fold into something else to make the choice of what your character is more meaningful, make that choice more meaningful. I'm going to make the person I want to be, and then explore this world that is very real to me at the time I'm playing it, and fantastical. How does that game react to what I'm going to do?
Other studios strive to recreate the magic of Minecraft. These types of games introduce complex systems and invite players to create narratives within the confines of a structure. Lately, we've seen a lot of procedurally generated works attempt to find this magical balance of system and freedom friction. Both paths are valid approaches, but we're starting to see the formula crack at the edges. Watch Dogs, No Man's Sky, The Division, Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Just a few entries in a long list of titles that didn't meet expectation, and all ultimately, I think, for similar reasons. Open world games are best when we forget they're open worlds, and I think the greatest example of this is Skyrim. Skyrim contains narratives that are categorized into discrete quests. You can, hypothetically, complete every narrative in the game, and you'll have experienced all of the scripted storytelling the developers intended. This isn't the end of the stories within the game, though. The environment, in this case a fantasy world, is populated by locations that are defined by a set of rules. Using the game mechanics, you engage with these locations until the system has played out. So an example might be, you kill all the bandits and take all the loot in a cave. This space has then run its course mechanically, and in doing so created a discrete narrative. In this way, Skyrim takes a bite of both pies. The narrative, story-rich world couples with system-driven events that aren't confined to the story. As an aside, it's worth noting that both narrative types need to be aligned with the fiction. Grand Theft Auto does this incredibly well, whereas Prototype does not.
Lester said you had some information for us about Michael.
Oh, fuck Michael, I hope he's dead.
Man, I know y'all two, man. Come on, man. You two had beef before. But what the fuck happened in North Yankee?
While big narrative payoffs can be exciting in open world settings, it's often the organic stories we remember. If a system strikes the right balance, we can get lost in a single moment. These informal moments are important because we produce our own motivation to complete them. The idea being that the more self-directed an action is, the more lasting the feelings of achievement. The more you feel you've motivated yourself to complete a task, the more rewarded you'll feel once it's complete. This organic mission creation that aligns with the fiction and doesn't have to overshadow the primary game story, assuming it has one, seems to be the key to success. No Man's Sky is exciting for the first few hours and is very visually engaging. To a certain extent, the game does allow you to organically create your own missions, but there isn't enough spine in the world for it to feel rewarding. Walking to a spot you see on the horizon or cruising into deep space garners much the same reward as any other activity. Here, the systems exist and are fairly weak, but the fiction isn't strong enough to allow them to go to work properly. There's no formula to making a perfect open world game. Even the best studios miss opportunities. At the end of the day, all we can really do is appreciate that the more open world games that are being created, the more likely we are to see a title that exceeds our expectations.
This is the 27th of Last Seed, the year of Akatosh 433. These are the closing days of the Third Era and the final hours of my life.
Thanks for watching, guys. This is my absolute favorite series to create. I love making these videos. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to subscribe, you can click the annotation. It'll take you to the channel. You can check everything else out. I've only got one other video up at the moment. This is video 2. But thank you for all your support on the first video. It really means a lot to me that you guys enjoyed it. And big shout out to Daniel Larson, who produces the music for these. He is sensational. You can check him out. His links are down below. You can buy any of the music that you hear in the videos, or you can just support him and follow his work. He does fantastic music. and I couldn't do it without him. So, as always, thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you guys next time.